friend, you caught me. You caught me and I'm having breakfast here, having some toast. So let's have a round of applause, please. No, drum roll, please. Drum roll. Hey. So, you know how time flies when you're having fun? Well, I was having fun making myself a piece of toast. I had this all scheduled to go off at 11:15. It's now 11:18. I'm sorry, I'm late. Because I don't know what happened. I was just going to make a piece of toast. I figured I could do that in 10 minutes. And because I scheduled this around 11:08, I think it was. And just like that, time vanished. And the amount of time it takes to make a piece of toast. So what am I going to talk about today? What I'm going to talk about is an intuitive empath. Do you know what that is? An intuitive empath? That is somebody that is intuitive and they have empathy for people. Not sympathy, but empathy. And my wife is a numerologist, or she's actually a shaman, but she does numerology also. She's into all sorts of different spiritual divination kinds of things. Looks like I got some comments on here already. Like the body of Christ, we're chosen to suffer for others. Unnecessarily, we take on others' pain. That's probably true. Sorry I was late. I apologize. Again, it got kind of weird, but I've got a whole list of all these things that came off of my numerology report. And I'm going to read them off. This is from my personal numerology. And if for those that aren't familiar with numerology, it's got something to do with the way that you're when you were born and the letters that are in your name. And I don't understand it all, but after reading the report, it's pretty amazing how accurate a lot of the things are. The things that do resonate with me and why certain things go off the chart, because there's a little bar chart set up with it. And I'm familiar with cold reading and things like that, you know, that psychics do and all that kind of stuff. But this is a different kind of thing. This is it's kind of scientific, but doesn't make any sense because it's all based on the name you were given and the date that you were born in. And I just found it fascinating that how accurate some things were, of things that that I'm interested in, and other things were not at all. But we'll start from the top. Individualism and initiative. The three things that were top of the charts for me were authoritative, leadership, and self-starter. Those are the things that I should focus on. Quite honestly, I've never been much for being a leader. I've never really done that, but I think it's more of a trailblazer, and I have done that. But I've never been like, take me to your leader, follow the leader kind of thing. But I have been a trailblazer. I kind of lead and pioneer. Authoritative, being the author of it or being the figure of authority. I don't like that dominant kind of vibe to it, but if you're the authority and people are going by you're the author of whatever it is you're blazing of the trail, and then people will follow you and they will respect that you're the author of it. And then being a self-starter, I am definitely that. So the next one is my artistic side. Now this one threw me off because number one is musical. I am not musical. I tried playing the guitar. I can't play the guitar. And then this number two was design architecture. Now I don't have any architectural degree. However, I went to design drafting school and I took on electromechanical drafting as opposed to architectural. Hindsight, I kind of wish I would have took on architectural, to tell you the truth. Because now, farther down in this, there's some stuff about real estate. And I am interested in the real estate concept. So the third thing is my inner self, which is my intuitive part of me. People have said I'm intuitive. I don't mean that in the woo-woo sense. It's just being perceptive of what's going on and understanding if someone's in a bad mood, you can kind of sense it. You can kind of feel the vibe of it, or if someone's in a good mood, or if something's wrong, or if you just feel like someone's staring at you for some reason. I am intuitive that way. It showed up in my martial arts background, just being aware of my surroundings and things. That might be there. And also my magical entertainment. You see my little magic launch sign there? The magical entertainment, it kind of, you got a different sense of things. So my inner self, also private. I am a private person. I'm not a big extrovert. I kind of keep to myself. And then self-examining. I don't necessarily agree with that. I probably should be more self-examining, and that's why I'm going through all this stuff. But I don't know that I really stay focused on that as much as I should have. And then the humanitarian side, idealistic, humanitarian, and utopian. Idealistic, I think things should be idealistic. I mean, why not go for the best ideal situation in a humanitarian situation? And utopian, I'm gonna have to figure out what that word is. Like utopia, it's kind of like ecstasy or something, isn't it? I don't know. And then ability to enjoy life. I do have the ability to enjoy life. I mean, consider the alternative. Why be gloom and depressed and down? Why not just enjoy the moment? Just enjoy all of it. What the heck? I mean, I've had my down times. I'm not perfect. It's not always great, but once you snap out of the poor me victimhood mentality, why not enjoy? Oh, good. Dynamic, freedom loving. So the ability to enjoy life, dynamic. I like things that are dynamic, that are happening, moving around. But then freedom loving, I also like the ability to move from place to place and the ability to not be tethered down to an office chair. And so I like the geographic freedom, the mobility element of it. I like the financial freedom of being self-employed. Sometimes that sucks. Maybe not making any money. Then the financial part, I wish I had a job where someone would pay me for doing whatever I told. How do you work with others? Cooperative, tactful, and diplomatic. I definitely am that. I like to work with other people in a cooperative, collaborative perspective, where we're working together for a common goal. And tactful, yeah, let's be tactful about it. Don't be tacky, be tactful. And diplomatic, if there's something that comes up, let's discuss it in a diplomatic fashion for the common good. That's definitely a trait. Sensitive side, I'm sensitive and empathetic. And the reason I titled this the Intuitive Empath is because intuitive was off the charts on my charts, and so was empathy, off the charts. So empathetic doesn't necessarily mean that you care about other people's feelings. It means that you can feel other people's feelings. Now, I do care. I am somewhat sympathetic, empathetic, but sometimes it's kind of like, suck it up, Your generous, caring side. I do have a generous, caring side. I'm a helpful person. On here it says self-sacrificing. And I can see that if someone said, hey, let's go out to lunch. Why don't you come over to my area? I would go over to their area to make it more convenient for them. And I would sacrifice my convenience for their convenience. I would do that. Sensitive side also comes with compassionate and sympathetic. So I do have some sympathy for people, and I am compassionate to a level. Some stuff that I have to work on and maybe make more visible. That's why I'm doing this video. Hopefully somebody that cares will see it. Yes, sirree. So then the romantic side. I am a romantic. I like doing fun things. Like this morning I made eggs for my wife, and I put them on the plate in the shape of a heart, which is romantic. And romantic side is passionate, affectionate, sensual. I would say that I am that. Next page. Okay, here we go. Your ability to persevere and reach goals. The way that I do it is methodical. I agree with that. I like to create systems that make things a little easier. The second one is efficiency. So I do like making things efficient instead of trudging your way through. Why dig a basement with a teaspoon when there's a front loader there? Why do things the hard way? I like things efficient. And persevering. So the ability to persevere and reach goals. I have a saying, and it is, you can't fail if you don't quit. So that's what you do. You just keep on, keep on, keep on. And I think I learned some of that, again, from my martial arts background, getting my black belt. That's that's an achievement, going through that and keeping on going. And I still work out at 63. I started in 1975 when I graduated. I did get a job out of high school. I could afford to pay for martial arts. So I joined martial arts at Kim's Taekwondo. Back then it was Karate Center Incorporated in Fridley, Minnesota, and went through to get my black belt. And then I still work out today. Not today, but Saturday. Okay. Okay, where are we going here? Business and management. I've always been in the event business, and the traits behind this is organization, human resources, and accounting. And I was trying to figure out, how is this? Am I supposed to be an organization as far as my business? But it's about organization of the business. And I keep things really simple when I do business types of things. So it is organized. Human resources, I've been told that one of my big things is making connections, connecting people. So that would be a human resource kind of thing, giving humans the resources to network and connect with each other. If I'm going too fast, I apologize. That's just the way I am. You got the little thing on YouTube. You can slow it down if you have to, right? And subscribe to my channel if you would. Subscribe and get that little bell notification, get the notifications of future videos I do, by the way. And then accounting. My wife and I were talking about that this morning, because I'm not good with math, counting beans and stuff like that. I'm not a bean counter. But accounting for certain things is important, and I do that kind of stuff, but I do it in a simplified way, not a complicated. I don't like big giant conglomerate business. It gets confusing to me. Medicine and education. Healing. I guess I'm a healer. And I've been told that. I haven't gone into that occupation, but maybe I should. I do have, I've been told, and I think I have a way of calming people down, keeping them calm in a situation. Social work. Maybe just working with people and trying to help them through their challenges. That would be social work. But I can't see myself going into like some urban community and being a social worker. I don't think I could do that. Maybe somewhere else in the whole social work area. But like counseling and therapy, maybe, but it would have to be in a different environment, which is interesting because it goes on to the next thing, which is legal field and politics. I'm not much for politics, and I'm not much for legal stuff either, but there should be law, and I call them more rules than laws. I don't know if people should be going to prison for certain things. Maybe they need to go more into therapy and be educated, or maybe they have a sickness and they need to be put in a different space, but not a prison. Maybe just a different community. So environment, diplomacy, and legal. Still not, I need to understand all that stuff, because that was some of the stuff that went off the charts too on my little bar graph. Arts and design, the number one thing was writing and poetry. I don't like to write. I don't keep a journal. It's not a thing of mine. But I do blogging and things like that. So maybe writing is in a different caliber or something. Poetry, I don't know. Should I? Roses are red, violets are blue. If I did poetry, so can you. How's that? There we go. Okay. Then number 2 is music and dance. I'm not a big dancer, and part of it is because I don't people like people looking at me, maybe making fun of the way I dance and stuff, but maybe I should get rid of that and I should take on music and dance. And the third thing was design, 2D design, two-dimensional design. And that, my wife talked to me this morning, said maybe that's just making memes or making graphics or making videos. That's a two-dimensional thing. We got this dimension and that dimension. You can't really see this dimension, can you? Okay. Sales, advertising, public relations. This is kind of interesting because in this topic of sales, advertising, and public relations, real estate was number one. And I do have an interest in real estate, not by being a realtor, but the concept of real estate is an interesting thing to me in that it is a global thing. All over the world, we need a roof over our head, some kind of real estate and security. Ever since we walked out of the cave when it rained or snowed, we went back into the cave to get warm and dry. So real estate, roof overhead, important thing. Next one is advertising. I've always been interested in advertising and marketing. And number 3 is public relations. So in those things, they made sense because it resonated with me. We got 2 more, science, engineering, and construction. Number 1 was skilled labor. I'm not sure. I think you have to be skillful at whatever you're doing, but I've never really liked the concept of being a laborer. Although when I was out of high school, that's what I did. I went into a job with the Parks and Recreation Department, taking care of landscaping and stuff. Set this down. My toast. So, skilled labor, contractor, math, and physics. Well, numerology's got to do with math, and maybe it's tied in somehow with physics and stuff too, with all how this stuff's all going. I'm more interested in metaphysics, the deep, the microcosm kind of stuff. And then the last one is agriculture and gardening. I did do some gardening when I was running my magic business full time. I would be out in the yard working on planting some flowers and stuff, and that was kind of enjoyable back in the day. And then when the phone would ring, I would write down, let me call you back. Let me call you back. What's your number? And I'd write the phone number down in the dirt so I could call him back because I didn't have a pencil. Number 2 is forestry and farming. 3 is farming. So landscape and gardening, forestry and farming. Who knew? Anyways, buckaroo. So those are the things that we came up with analyzing my numerology. I've gone for 17 minutes. This is longer than I expected, but I had to read through 2 pages of information there. So what do you expect? Anyways, if you could, give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked what I had to say. If you didn't, I apologize. And then you could ring that little notification bell, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video if you would. That would be appreciative too. Maybe hashtag it with the right hashtags. Maybe you know more about this network stuff than I do. You can share it for me. I would appreciate it. And hopefully someday we get to meet live and in person off the video. Okay, Smokey. That's it. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well. Be good. Be safe. Bye.